Exclusive leak. HYBE panicked after Jikook broke the stage rules. The whole army still could not forget what happened that night. An appearance that was initially predicted as one of HYBE's regular birthday-themed events. It turned out to be the most controversial moment in BTS's live performance history. The highlight of the night was indeed originally aimed at Jungkook's surprise solo. But no one expected that it was precisely Jimin's appearance in the middle of Jungkook's last song, which is not indicated in the official rundown, will change everything. Yes, Jimin suddenly appeared on stage unannounced, carrying an emotional energy that made the audience scream at the same time confused. But the surprise was not just a spontaneous act to the delight of fans behind it. There was an incredible tension, both behind the scenes and in artist management relationships that are beginning to crack old foundations. Everything looked smooth as Jungkook performed an acoustic version of BTS's song, Let Me Know, a song known for its deep emotion of loss and regret. But on the bridge, the stage suddenly turned off its lights a few seconds and so lit back. Jimin was already standing next to Jungkook, taking a verse that wasn't officially his in the stage version. What is surprising is, the harmony of their voices sounds too perfect to be called spontaneous. Even Jungkook's hand gestures gesturing at Jimin's mic, the way they stare at each other, and minimalistic choreography during the ending chorus, everything is too rehearsed. Fans immediately realized, this is not an impromptu surprise. Sources from the production staff mentioned that BTS's main manager immediately looked panicked, running to the backstage area after Jimin appeared. Someone from the logistics team is seen pressing the intercom saying, "Code Red, this is not in the rundown." Who gave Jimin permission to enter the stage? There were also reports that a staff member from HYBE Japan who was present that night appeared to be involved in an argument with the stage coordinator. Because the duet's appearance shifted the duration of the event to more than 7 minutes, causing the lineup after BTS to have to wait. And what is most striking? The main camera of the live broadcast did not record Jimin completely. As if the production team was indeed not informed of his presence, makes the stage visual look half blur and some angles look out of focus. Why did HYBE look so panicked that night? Apparently, not only because Jimin appeared without permission, but because the songs they perform have a hidden meaning. Let Me Know is a song that RM used to write with an emotional touch of Jungkook and Jimin in particular, supposedly inspired by the difficult times of BTS when it was almost disbanded. But this time, the lyrics of the bridge performed by Jimin were added 2 new lines, which are not in the official version. The line is, "Even if the world gets in our way again / I'll still sing for you, not for them." The sentence was immediately interpreted by fans as a subtle form of insubordination towards management. Moreover, the lyrics were never in any release. Signifies that they both may have written the passage themselves as a symbol of resistance. An insider from one of HYBE's distribution labels revealed to Korean media that this is not the first time Jimin and Jungkook have gone against the system. Previously, they had several times arranged their own rehearsal time in an outside studio without reporting to the management. They do this because they feel constrained for too long. They want to talk in their own way, through music, not through press conferences. The source also mentioned that the duet project, Eclipsed Harmony, is most likely the main reason why they are desperate to hit the rules. Although HYBE has not yet given an official statement, online discussions are exploding. The hashtags #LetJikookSing and #HYBEListenToThem entered the global trending within just 3 hours after the appearance. Thousands of fan art and analysis of the symbolism of the appearance appeared, shows how strong the message ARMY felt from that performance. One of the largest fanbase accounts writes, "If this is a form of rebellion, then this is the most beautiful rebellion we have ever seen." According to a leak from the technical team, after the show was over, Jungkook and Jimin were immediately summoned to a closed meeting room with 3 HYBE officials. The duration of the meeting reached 57 minutes and reportedly walked very tense. But the most striking thing was when they came out, Jungkook was seen holding Jimin's hand tightly while looking down, and both refused media interviews, passing the entire crew with silence and serious expressions. A few hours later, Jungkook uploaded a story with just one word: worth it. Hours after the performance, The world was no longer the same for Jimin, Jungkook, and the entire system that framed them. In different corners of the world, major media began to highlight their actions not as an ordinary surprise action, but as a symbol of the revolution. A new generation of K-pop artists are beginning to demand freedom of expression. CNN Asia wrote the headline. BTS's Jungkook and Jimin send a powerful message, art above control. While Rolling Stone even released an exclusive analysis article titled, "The Night K-pop Shifted: What Jikook's Unauthorized Duet Meant for Global Music." All of them give rise to one common thread. Their action is not just a stage play, but it forms a voice in an industry that has so far been too silent against the injustices of creativity. Most strikingly, a number of major musicians began to provide support openly. Halsey, who has collaborated with BTS, wrote on her Instagram story, "Real artists speak with real emotion. I saw that on stage tonight. Proud of you both." BTS's Suga also secretly liked several ARMY posts that contained support for Jikook. Some fans even managed to catch that Taeyong pinned a comment on one of the fan art showing Jungkook hugging Jimin while on stage. "They just want to sing, don't get in the way." Is this a sign that other members know and support secretly? Hours after the incident, the two were reportedly seen walking into their former producer's studio, which has been out of HYBE since 2023 due to vision differences. The studio was known to be very private and soundproofed, accessible only to a select few with a fingerprint security system. A local photographer managed to capture Jungkook and Jimin exiting the back door of the studio at 3:26 a.m. with a serious face and carrying a guitar case and laptop respectively. Rumors began to spread. Are they putting together an alternative record? Or even a secret album? Some ARMY said that this step reflects the pattern that August D. Suga once did when making mixtapes independently, only this time the scale is much larger, because it involves two big names and the issue of creative independence. From the video of their performance, fans began to dissect every detail. Jimin and Jungkook's all-black and white outfits reflect contrast and compromise. The background of the stage changes to a visual of rain and the night sky, like a representation of a stressful internal world. At the end of the song, Jungkook is seen whispering something into Jimin's ear, and fans suspect his line is, "We're free now." Analysts have suggested that it was all a deliberate artistic cipher, and that "Let Me Know" was not the song originally chosen. Rather, it is a musical statement about freedom, betrayal, and love for art itself. Most surprisingly, a number of Korean media began to report that Jimin and Jungkook's individual contracts were in the renegotiation stage, and that they're demanding a new clause that allows independent production without label restrictions for specific projects. One of the sources even mentioned that if HYBE refuses, they are ready to go out together and form their own creative label, similar to steps taken by several other former big idols in the past. The outstanding sentence from the source is striking. "If they keep their voices down, we will speak louder, with or without the old flag." What is clear, Jikook's duet action is not just a stage violation. It was the first blow of an artist movement that wants to redefine what it means to be an idol in the global era. It's not about two people. It's not about one song. It's not about one night. It's about the right to speak, the right to work, and the right to be heard. And the two stars of BTS have decided that they will no longer be silent. Now, all eyes are on them. And interestingly, it seems that they are already ready for whatever comes.